Hey everyone, it's Denise Brown. It is our April Soul Break. On the third Thursday, we take 30 minutes, no more than 30 minutes for what I call a soul break. And I think of this as our time when we might be having a lunch break that we actually take some time to also take a soul break. So today, we're going to take a soul break from scarcity. Typically, we have a theme. And the theme this month is scarcity. Thinking, oh my gosh, there isn't enough. I don't have enough. What am I going to do because there isn't enough? Okay, so here we go. So when do you wish for more? So if you'd like to, you feel free to share in the chat room about those times during your day that you think, oh, I wish I had more help, support, money, time, paid time off, any time off, breaks, options, opportunities, and it might be all of the above. And I think it's helpful if we can pay attention to the times in our day when we have a certain longing, when we long for more. It also could be related to our week. Maybe there are certain days that you long for more. Maybe on Saturday mornings, you find yourself longing for a week of Saturday mornings, not just one day of Saturday mornings. Oh gosh, that sounds good to me. So thinking through, when do you wish for more? And perhaps the timing of that longing. It could be the morning, the afternoon, the evening. It could be a season. So for instance, during summer, maybe you think, oh, I wish I had, thanks for being here. No, you have to go back to work. Thanks for being here. I wish I had more free time for those beautiful summer months. So when do you wish for more? So when we're in a place of scarcity, which is really a longing, we long for more, I think we can start to think through, well, what can I receive right now? How can I receive right now? And in the moment, perhaps we receive whatever emotion is that we're feeling. So rather than suppressing it, oh, there's no time for that, you could just actually receive the emotion you're feeling. So when you're longing for something, know that's an emotional response to something that's missing. So you can receive that emotion of longing. And when you pay attention to what's missing, it can help you figure out how to fill that void. If we're not paying attention to our good emotions as well as our difficult emotions, it can be hard for us to figure out, how do we feel better? How do we create a better day for ourselves? How do we create a better time for ourselves? So what can you receive right now? Again, including the difficult emotions around longing. It makes sense that you have this emotional response to scarcity, to longing, to avoid. And it might be that you think, I wish I had more love in my life. That's an important acknowledgement of what's missing. You want more love. Of course you do. It could also be that you decide, you know what? I really long for financial freedom. I'm having a hard time worrying every month about paying the bills. Of course, you would want financial freedom. So that void, that longing can help you actually create that wish, that vision, that intention. So how can you receive right now? We're going to go through a series of 3 questions. And there's a photo that goes with each question. And the idea is that the image sparks some response, something that you think, oh, okay. So here's our first photo. And the question that goes with this photo is, what could be your surplus? So when I go through these soul breaks in preparation, I think of a theme and I think of a word. So the word this month is scarcity, which leads me to look it up in the dictionary. Then I look at what defines scarcity. And then I think about, okay, what could be opposite of scarcity? And I came up with surplus. You might think, well, how can I have a surplus if I'm in a place of scarcity? Which makes sense. And yet, perhaps there is something in your day in front of you that reminds you that there is a surplus. Something that I did this morning as I was getting ready to join you guys is I looked at my earrings and I thought, you know, I have a surplus of options for my earrings. And so I picked a pair of earrings that I typically wear in the summer. And it's a warmer spring day, so it felt like a little bit of abundance. So rather than I don't have enough, I looked at my earrings and I thought, oh, I have enough and I have enough options and I have enough choice. I have a surplus of earrings. So it could be that there's something in a drawer, in a closet, in a room, on your desk, that reminds you that there is a surplus in your life. The other thing is I always remind myself, there's always a surplus of ideas. Actually, just had another idea about something to create before we started today. So when I feel painted in a corner or wishing for more opportunities, I find that my inspiration for ideas is heightened. I'm looking for a solution. I have an idea and I think, oh, I can do that. You have a surplus of ideas. Okay. And I love this image because to me, it says surplus, right? So we see just a branch full of grapes, but then if you look down the image, you see a row of vines. There's a surplus. You also see a variety of grapes. There's green, there's red, so there's different colors to the one object, the grapes. So you might look at just nature and think, okay, the surplus is in the colors that I see. There's a surplus. Or could be someone's garden that you notice. There could be a surplus of plants and flowers. If we think about surplus, it helps us move away from the longing and into the appreciating. Oh, look, I have choices. I have options. I see what's available. Okay, so here's our second question. What's in stock for you? So for this question, I think, what do you have that you can use or reuse or repurpose or recycle? And I like to use nature as inspiration, which made me think garden tools are what we use when we want to grow. So thinking about it in your life, what kind of garden tools, for instance, do you have available that you have in stock that you don't have to go out and buy, but are already there? It's just maybe you didn't notice or you overlooked or you dismissed or you thought, I just don't know about that. I don't know what I would use it for. Take another look. What's in stock for you? What's already available and handy and accessible that you can use? What's in stock for you? When we're in a period of scarcity, it feels like we're just out, right? There's nothing left on the shelves. We're empty. The gas tank is empty. We're running on empty. And the little pivot to thinking, okay, but what is in stock can help you move through your stock to create, to produce, to find, to receive. So what's in stock for you? Okay, so here's our third question. What does your wisdom tell you? And I picked this picture because I thought, okay, if we are using the garden theme, what's in stock for us can become what it is that we actually put together, create, slice up and put into a bowl for a nutritious lunch. And I think about our wisdom as our nourishment in our day. And it oftentimes is that we don't have the time for our wisdom because we're just powering through from moment to moment to moment. If you were to take a moment of quiet, what would your wisdom tell you? What's the nutritional insight your wisdom can give you? What's the delicious perspective that your wisdom holds for you? What are the snippets of insights that becomes the wisdom that comforts? And if we think about feeding our soul, we can look to our wisdom. So this image is all about our wisdom, pulling it all together to create something delicious and nutritional and nourishing. So what does your wisdom tell you? Okay, so the three questions that I asked you today are, what could be your surplus? What's in stock for you? What does your wisdom tell you? And then every time we do a soul break, we move into creating a belief statement. So the belief statement is something that you can go to help you move out of scarcity. It could be something like, I believe that scarcity is temporary. I believe abundance is permanent. So the belief statements become something like a mantra that comfort you when you start to spin out of control with doubts and worries. And certainly when you feel like life is scarce for you, you are doubtful, worrying, and anxious. And a thought can help calm. So what's your belief statement that can calm you, that can center you when you start to worry and fret about scarcity? And it could be that you create a belief statement inspired by the three questions that I asked. I believe I have a surplus. I believe I have in stock what I need right now. I believe I have a moment to receive my wisdom. I believe my wisdom nourishes me and guides me to abundance. It could even be a simple statement that sounds like this. I believe I am okay because I am okay in this moment. I believe I am okay because in this moment I am okay. You could create one belief statement, 6, 9, whatever works for you. At the end of your day, you could journal a belief statement. At the beginning of your day, you could journal a belief statement. Okay, what do you believe? Okay. And then we use our wheel, our belief wheel, to get a little more specific about belief statements. You could create a belief statement about your courage. And it could be, I believe I have the courage to ask for help so that I can receive an abundance of support. I believe I can define what family means to me so that I feel surrounded by loving family members at all times. I believe I have the opportunity to play at all times so that I can get a break from work. I believe I can give myself a few minutes that feel like a holiday by closing my eyes and visualizing a vacation. I post good morning messages on social media Monday through Friday, and the one that I posted today was about dreams coming true. And you could have a belief statement that sounds very similar to that. I believe the dreams I hold in my heart become the achievements I celebrate in my day. I'll say that one again. I believe the dreams I hold in my heart become the achievements I celebrate in my day. Again, the wheel is to help you get a little more specific about belief statements you'd like to create so that you can move from feeling lost in scarcity to feeling full in abundance. And again, sometimes in difficult moments, it's so hard to think of what we can control. And it feels like the only thing we can control is our thought. So why not think the best? I remind myself all the time, you can think anything about this situation that you want. Why not think that everything is possible, that all is aligned in a perfect way, that abundance is flowing, that the dreams are coming true, that you have what you need, that financial freedom is part of your day. Because sometimes I do go right down that rabbit hole and start thinking, nothing is going right. Oh my gosh, it's all falling apart. And sometimes, honestly, I feel a little better if I just say, you know what, it's all falling apart. Again, it's that truth that makes me feel better. I'm not pretending it really is falling apart. I'm watching it fall apart. Okay, what can I think about it? And then the thought about it falling apart just helps me move out of, okay, I have a choice about what I think about this. What am I going to think that will help me feel better? And that's what our belief statements can do for us. Okay, so here's our final question and our final image. And that is, what can I grow? Scarcity, I think of as being that dry dirt where nothing can grow. So let's think about, what can we grow? What can we do with the dirt that we have so that it is nourished? It can not only hold a flower or a plant, but actually help it grow. So what are our sources of water, of nourishment, of sun, of sunlight? We have sources that can nourish us so that we can grow. We have opportunities to grow what we need. Grow support, grow love, grow comfort, grow financial freedom. You know, I often wonder why there's pain and suffering, and I do not understand why there is pain and suffering. I still haven't figured out that answer. And if I think too much about it, I'm reminded of what a priest once said to me, which is, God wants you to be happy. So if we're going to grow anything, why not grow happiness? And I don't think that we have happiness in every moment of our day, but I think we can find happiness throughout our day in certain moments. And if we were to grow anything, what if we grew some happiness? So what can you do this afternoon, this evening, tomorrow that will create a happy moment for you? Okay. And I think about the colors in this image as being very happy colors: green, purple, and red, and yellow, vibrant. So sometimes I think when pain and suffering has been ever present in our life, we wonder, well, what is happiness? And I suppose happiness is a vibrant moment, a moment that feels colorful, a moment that opens up the world to us so that we say, wow, now that's beautiful. That's a happy moment. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. And our soul break happens every month, and I post the archive, in case you miss it, on our community, Caring Our Way. And you can just look in the self-care section and you'll see the archives of our previous soul breaks. So today, I hope it felt like a break from worrying that you don't have enough into comfort that you are enough. Enough is coming for you. You can receive enough. That your life is meant to be enough. Okay. Wishing you abundant happiness for a few moments, at least today, tonight, tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.